Yeah.
Yeah. I go make sure. Yep. Say recording up there, so we good.
Yeah. They let me know. Say he in here this time, man.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, cause that last time, man, I had to take that off on pull that off Facebook, man. And I was just like, man, I'm just have to edit from right here, man. Do what I need to do.
Yeah, I saw you working there, boy. I saw that editing in there, man. You got the pictures up in there, man. Little subtitles popping up, man.
Yeah,
Hey, I see you
man.
working, Doc.
Man, that's a little something, man. I gotta get the big videos done. Them the ones stomping me right there, boy. You know what I'm
Got
saying? That little 15-minute boy, hey, hey, I can knock that one out, but that hour, boy.
that hour something else there, man.
Yeah, man. That's the monkey on my back, man.
I see you over there, man, getting them notes together, huh?
Yeah, I'll make sure I got everything right, bro.
Hey, ain't no thing.
Yeah. Yeah, man, but we can get to it now.
Let's
My
do it.
record butt hit.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So man, yeah. What up, world? Welcome to another episode of RMT. That's Real Men Talk. It's your boy, Stan the Man. I got my boy EIG in the building.
What up? What up? We here, man.
Yeah, we're finna come to today, y'all, with another hot episode, man. Put something on your mind, man. And before I get started, man, I want to give a couple of shout outs, man. First off, man, I used to put it at the end of the show, man. I'm gonna just put it up in the front, man. Go ahead, shout out my boy Thanos for the best in hip hop tuning and Mad Titan Radio with Thanos every Saturday night from 9 to 10 p.m. on 88.3 KABF, the voice of the people, and streaming live on kfbf.org. Also streaming the next day on Mixcloud. Search at Mad Titan Radio. Follow on all social media platforms at Mad Titan Radio and at Thanos428. So give a shout out to my boy, man. And EI, man, before we get started, man, did you have any shout outs?
Hey, man, I just want to give let me give a shout out to all the graduates, man. Whether you were in high school, college, trade school, whatever it is, man. It's around that season, around that time. I see a lot of it going on. So, man, shout out and congratulations to everybody out there that worked hard, man. The studying, the tests, whatever you
Oh
had to
yeah,
go through. Even if you had to pay somebody to do your work for you, hey, you had to come out
man.
your pocket, man. So, hey,
Hey, that's
shout out to
hard. That's
everybody.
hard work too. That's
So shout
hard
out
work
to
too. You
everybody,
know what I'm
man.
saying?
Yes,
For
sir.
real.
But
So
yeah,
yeah.
man, much love to everybody that graduated.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, man. So man, what we finna do, man? We finna go ahead and get into it, man. Bring another a great conversation piece. You know, it ain't gonna be
Okay,
no topic. It's gonna be a conversation, man. That's what we having over here, at Real Men Talk. We having conversation and
that's right.
discussion, man. You know, and
That's
so
right.
what I want to get started on today, man, is seeking approval.
Mm,
That's gonna be our discussion today, man. Seeking approval. Now, if all of us are honest with ourselves, it's been the moments in our life that it's a certain person or a certain thing that we sought after the approval of. And as as growing up as a child, most children seek the approval of their parents. If
right.
they hit them with, oh, good job, or give them a high five or way to go, you need that reassurance that
Hmm.
your parents give you, that warm and fuzzy feeling to let you know, to give you the confidence that you did something right.
Right.
And also, even when you're younger, you also look for that. Even if you mess up and you make your parents mad, you look for a way to kind of rectify that and do
Yeah.
something to make them back proud again, to get that approval from them. And
Right.
so today we want to talk and kind of deep dive a little bit more into it. And you know,
Mhm.
start off as a child, and then even as a teenager, as you evolve into a teenager and you mature, you get to the point where it go from your parents to it go from your parents and it go to your peers. So
Right.
now you got your peers around and you like, oh man. So okay, so they good at this. Let me show them I'm the best at basketball. So I'm
Nah.
to get their approval, everybody playing basketball. I gotta go out here and I gotta show up, and they're gonna be like, oh man, Stan, man, that joke ain't number 4 foot, but that boy can hoop. You see what I'm saying? So you might be seeking their approval, and even in a bad way. You might be like, okay, well, they over here drinking, and I want to hang with them. Man, I'm finna go over here. I'm finna show them that I can drink. Not only I can drink the
Mhm.
most, and I can hold my liquor. You
Boy.
know, or it might be let's roll up some. I can smoke you under the table, bro.
Right.
You
Right.
smoking that joint. I'm used to rolling up blunts and smoking, man. So yeah, I can even do that. So we seek that approval even from our peers at that time. So
Mhm.
we move from being a child to a young adult. So we move from our parents to our peers. Then when we become a full grown adult, you got the pressure from your parents, from your peers. Then you got your pressure from the rest of the world.
Oh
You
yeah.
have all that. So then the world has these they have what these different plateaus that you have to get to. So since you graduated from school, from high school, college, or whatever, now you need to get the house. You gotta get the house on the hill. You got to get the
Mhm.
picket fence. You got to
Oh
get
yeah.
the good job. You got to
Oh,
have this much money in the bank. You got to have a 401k. You got to be driving this type of car. So you looking to get that approval from those different people, from your supervisor at work. So now you got pressure from everybody. But
right.
if you continue to seek approval from all those people, it can just drive you crazy. And so now, since I kind of set it up, man, I want to
Okay.
get your opinion on how is that seeking approval from those different people. You can grab any area you want to go into it. How seeking approval from those people, how can that change your life, man, and how you just driving yourself just crazy, man?
Well, man, to put it kind of just to put it real frank, real blunt, man,
Go for it now.
we really should never seek anybody's approval, man. And that's
Right.
rough. That's kind of hard to believe, but there should be not one person that we do it. And the way that it can drive ourselves, we can drive ourselves crazy, man,
Mm-hmm.
or even ruin relationships or do a lot of things, man, with seeking approval. Because for one, we seeking approval from somebody who's got nothing to do with the inside.
Ooh.
That's got nothing to do with me, right? So I spend
Ooh.
my life trying to get your approval, get you to like me when
Right.
I'm when anything that can happen for me and to
Right.
me, I carved that out. I called that. That's my experience. Whatever things
Mm-hmm.
happen, it's what I
Mm-hmm.
built. So I
Yep.
don't understand where I get to share all of that with somebody else who really probably don't really give or care about any of that
Right.
as far as I'm
Right.
concerned. So
Right.
like relationships, we do the same thing, right?
Come on now.
We I mean, hey, let's be real with it. I know how
Mm-hmm.
it's been and how we thought through culture, how we're taught through culture, man. That's just that.
Yeah.
Hey, you need to be this. Hey, you need to
Mm-hmm.
be that. This
Mm-hmm.
is what a good man is. This is what a good woman is. Hey, this is
Mm.
what you should do to make your man happy.
Right.
And I want
Right.
to say this: the husband or wife can't make either one happy. I mean, we
Ooh.
both got to go in happy. Both got to know that they're happy because of their self first. And when you
Mm.
can do that, man, you can have a beautiful relationship.
Oh
But
yeah.
that's just hard just because how we talk, man, how we brought up, man. And I think
Mm-hmm.
conversations like what we're having today on Real Men Talk are things
Mm-hmm.
that can open that up, man, open the conversation up to so we can see how to stop really putting expectations on people that ain't realistic.
Mm.
Family members, other people, we put an expectation, secret expectations on them. You
Yep.
know what I mean? They don't
Yep.
even know we got an expectation,
Yep.
and we already do. And whenever there's an expectation, man, that you got the possibility of being let down. And so I say when
Mm.
don't go right in life, whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
whichever person you're seeking approval from,
Yep.
when that doesn't go right, then who do we blame then?
Right. Yep.
When that didn't go right, is it their fault then? And even
Mm-hmm.
if we do want to say it's their fault, guess who got to deal with all the sad emotions? Just me.
Yep.
At the end
Just
of the
me.
day, it's just me. So I
Yep.
feel like we need to stop approval seeking, man, and
Mm-hmm.
and just start doing more self-seeking. But man,
Ooh.
the approval thing, like you said, man, starts from when
Mm-hmm.
we're young. We're taught to, oh, let me do something. I act
So,
this way, I get a reward.
there you
Do a
go.
good job, you do this. When
Mm-hmm.
we should practice more loving unconditionally, more
Yep.
just being away no matter what you did, and not try to use what people do, whether we're gonna punish them or reward them. And that's
Mm-hmm.
what that whole approval thing, man, how it can get messy, bro.
Oh man, listen, man. You done came in, man. I don't know if you been went to the gym or what, man. But hey, you coming in with them uppercuts, man. Whatever,
Mm.
whatever flavor tea you sipping on over there. I need that every time, baby. Every time. Now let me quit.
Man,
Let me quit.
that's some black Folgers right there, man. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
man. I
good.
mean,
That's good stuff.
what's your I mean, your take on just approval seek? Do you feel that we need it from certain people, or do we need it from anybody ever? Or or I mean, what's your take on it?
I think I think as you growing, as you start to grow up from being a child to a young adult and to a man, I think when you younger, I think that you need that person that you need to get that approval from. You need that role model. If it's a positive role model,
Yeah.
yes. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Yes, I think so. And
Okay.
and to be honest, man, let me go here and I'm gonna go
Go
ahead and
ahead.
be honest, man, because
Straight up.
I had a close relationship with my dad. So man,
Mhm.
for a long time, I always was looking to seek my dad approval. I'm just being
Yeah.
honest.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm
Right.
being honest. Some of the things that he pushed me towards doing, I did it because that's what he wanted me to do. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? So it was like in my 20s, in my mid 20s, it was like, I love you, pops, but this is what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Right.
And like I'm just being honest, but for a long time it was like, okay, I'm gonna be whatever he was doing, I gotta do that too. Even though
Okay.
I got my own path, okay,
Mm.
since pops, because my pops, he used to cut hair. So I'm
Okay.
like, I automatically that's what I'm gonna do. Even
Mm.
though that wasn't exactly what I wanted to do, that's what I
Yeah.
pursued because I felt like, okay, well, this what's gonna make pops happy. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
He
Right.
he gonna approve of me doing this compared to all the wrong stuff I'm doing. He ain't approving of that, but I can do this to make
Mhm.
sure I balance it out. Even though I'm
Right.
out here kicking it, he raised me right in the church, and I got away from that like the prodigal
Mm.
child. But
Yeah.
if I can do this one thing, if I go to barber school and I get my barber's license, he can be like, yeah, son, yeah, you
Right.
know. But even though you did that, you do need to work on this drinking, son. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You did, you see
Right.
what I'm saying? And so
Right.
I kind of try to balance it out. But
Okay.
at times, man, I just I couldn't. But that's one person in my life that I definitely was seeking his approval. But then as I matured as a man and he stopped, I got to a point where we started having man to man conversation instead of father to son conversation. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? Then
Right. Right.
after that, I was no longer seeking his approval. Me and him was seeking the approval of what God wanted us to be. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah. Okay.
that's how I did it, man. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, but that's definitely how I did. Now, is it now? Tell me this, man. Was it a time like what? Was it a time that you were seeking somebody approval, and when you were seeking their approval, man, when you got to the point, and they like that person wasn't what you thought they was, the person that you were seeking their approval. So you thought one thing of it, you thought that they was this certain way, and you was
Mhm.
seeking their approval. Then you found out who they were. You was like, oh man, I was doing that for them. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? So has it ever been one of those situations in your life, man? And if you want to, say some names. Nah, I'm messing with you guys.
Man, definitely, man, definitely there was times coming up when like, I played piano and, growing up, you hear musicians that you want to be like, or you want to play like, or that I
Right.
want to play like, or whatever.
Right.
And it was like, man, they were like idols to me, and as I started learning and I started learning more myself, and I'm like, oh, okay, okay, okay. And then I saw where the people who I looked at in that way were kind of probably like not trying to show me stuff. You know how like you trying to come up,
Ain't
how
on the young
hey,
on the young grasshopper coming through.
you know how it is. They see the little rookie come through, and you're like,
Yeah.
and all that go on. Where it's like they don't want to show you, don't really want to talk to you
Yeah.
about nothing because you're a threat to them, and everybody
Yeah.
can relate.
Yeah.
Somebody to think you're a threat, even on the work
Yep.
and people come in, you don't want to train them the right way, or you might not want to tell them this because they look like they might be up and coming. But anyway, when I saw how they were acting nasty to me at times, like, wow, like, man, I ain't have nothing but love for y'all guys. I looked at y'all like, and then y'all, this is real petty to me, man. And at that point, I had to see that, hey, they human too. And it boiled back to what I said, like seeking their approval wouldn't do me no good because see, I saw now that, oh, they want to be this way. So now I'm mad, right? So I get in my feelings and it don't really help. It didn't, it never really helped when I knew that, hey, everything that I needed to do, I could do from my own, I could encourage myself. I didn't need them to say, check mark, you good for me to go and do whatever, because that could happen to anybody. Anybody that you're going to seek that approval is human. So they could be flawed and they could be flawed in many ways.
Come on now.
When people get to talking bad about preachers, hey, I understand, man, but we don't need to make it no more extra than you talking about your neighbor who did the same thing.
Right.
He's a man of God. Well, you're a man of God. You know what I mean?
He's a man of God. He's not God in of a man, God in the flesh. He's a man of God.
Right. And that's where, man, when we constantly seek approval, we're going to hit a wall as a conflict where it's like, whoa, you know what I mean? You seeking this, and then, just like a young man grow up, he like, what you mean I got to be home at 11 o'clock. I'm 24 years old now. I don't need that approval seeking anymore. Now we got a conflict. So now you see what I'm saying? That approval seeking doesn't help us in any way. And I know we use that with raising kids, and upbringing people. And I feel like people could be positive role models and be leaders without being somebody that's demanding that they demanding something from you, or demanding that they give you they seal of approval before you feel like you worthy enough. We got to feel that way from the beginning. And we can look up to people. We can be mentored by people, but never their approval, because you're already approved. You know what I mean? We're already good. We already got the check marks. We don't need anybody's stamp of approval, period, anywhere. Not even your pastor. And I'm sorry. I'm just saying, you don't need that stamp of approval. The work is done. And if you want to be holy about it, he already did it. That's finished work, right? You know what I mean? What did he go die for? If there's something else got to be done, I got to prove something to a man here. No, that work is finished. Now I need to do what I need to do. And I never have to seek for anybody's okay. Anybody's. So
yeah. That's good, man. And I like that part where you was talking about, like, it becomes a conflict when you start seeking their approval. And I'm gonna say, when I'm gonna go a little biblical here. When I had my breakthrough, and I'm gonna go right here, man. I'm gonna go to my notes real quick.
Talk to me, bro.
I'm gonna go to Galatians 1:10, and it says, "For do now persuade men or God, or do I seek to please men?" Hold on. Let me get that right, because I had on the wrong one. Here we go. Here go the right note right here. Okay. Okay. It says, for do I now persuade men or God, or do I seek to please men? For if I yet please men, should I not be the servant of Christ? You know what I'm saying? And so one thing that I had to come to terms with was that I was always seeking to please my father, right?
Right.
I'm put like this. I was trying to seek my dad and I wasn't trying to please my father. So when I got to a situation where pleasing my dad put me in the wrong position, you know, seeking his approval put me in the wrong position, right? It put me in a bad position where he couldn't help me. I had to go somewhere. I had to figure out something on my own. After I figured out on my own, that's the best feeling, is like not when I figured out on my own, but when I had to go to God for myself and I had to fix that situation, just me and God. I couldn't have nobody else. It was over with. I'm like, I don't need to seek no approval from nobody. I don't need no friends. I don't need my wife, my kids, nobody, because I got the look. On Instagram you get the blue check. I had got the blue check, man. I had got the blue check. I'm verified, baby. So since I got the blue check, I'm like, you know what? I ain't worrying about nobody else, because once you find that within yourself, once you're able to figure out them problems within yourself, pull something within yourself out, then you're able to accomplish the things you need to accomplish. I don't care how tough it get, because can't nobody do it. This is a perfect example. Can't nobody lose weight for you. It's your weight.
Yeah.
It's your weight. You carrying the weight around. Can't nobody lose weight for you. Can't nobody build muscle for you. You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody do that. That's something you got to do for yourself. People can cut your hair. They can have surgery. You can do whatever, but they cannot help you lose weight.
Yep.
They can't help you build muscle. That's something you got to do for yourself. And once you start seeking approval, then you'll be able to build that muscle in your brain that you're able to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish, because you pulled it out of you, you know. And so now me pulling out of, let me clear that up, because some people be thinking that I'm making myself into a god, but I am a god, small g, you know what I'm saying? Small g,
there you know.
But I'll say this, with God's help, what he put inside you, he wants you to use that.
Right.
You know, so many people get caught up in, like, I said this today at work, man. I appreciate you, but I said this today at work. I said, when it's something bad that you want to do, bro, you figure out all kind of ways. If it's a girl that you want to sleep with, you know what I'm saying? When you were single, when it's a girl you want to sleep with, man, you figure out all kind of ways to be able to get to her. When you want to smoke, you figure out what friend got it so you can smoke. If you want to drink, go out to the club, everybody bring their money together. But when it comes to something good and positive that you're supposed to do, you be like, God, I need your help. But when it's something bad, you can figure it out for yourself, man.
That's very insightful, brother, because that's real.
You know what I'm saying? You can figure that out for yourself. But when it's something good and positive, Lord, please help me. Okay, I'm like, Lord, help me. You gave me the mic. I got a computer. You know, I got a light. I got a phone. Lord, help me with the podcast. Bro, you got life experiences. You got a brain. You got computer. You got internet. You got lights. You got all this. You got life. You got all this. But when you was out there drinking, I ain't have to say, okay, well, I ain't got no money. Let me go holler at my boy. You know what I'm saying? Because I know he gonna hook me up this weekend. But now that it's something positive, oh Lord, please. Now I got all my tools, man, and I start bringing it together. And that was just a light that shine for me today. You know what I'm saying? So, man, let me get out.
That's good, though, man. That's good. Real, everybody can relate to that. That stuff we really want to do. That necessarily quote unquote positive. Hey, our brain just work. We just look for ways. We just look for the signs. We look to see what's what.
Yep.
And when it's something out of the norm, you know, you're right. We praying and wishing, you know, and guys like
Mhm.
he's like, hey, I'm hungry, but you got a fridge with meat, bread, and all you gotta do is go make the sandwich.
That's
You
all
know,
you got to do. That's all you got to do. You know,
just
instead
go,
of looking, you got money in your pocket for McDonald's, man. You can just go right there. You know what I'm
man.
saying, and get what you need to get, man. Because
Yes, sir.
when he, oh man, let me go here. When
Go.
he putting you together, right? When he putting you together, he don't say, okay, I'm gonna put everything in stand, but he gonna need EI to help him do it.
Right. Don't work that way.
You see what I'm saying? It don't work that way. He gonna put everything in me that I need. He gonna put everything in something in what you need. Now we can
Right.
collab together and make something, but everything we need is inside us. Because
Yep.
I'm put it like this: if you were seeking my approval, you'll be trying. You will have your own point of view,
Right.
and vice versa.
Right.
Because you'll be trying to, okay, man, let me see what Stan want me to say,
Right.
what his opinion gonna be on it. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? But since
Right.
it's not like that, we can bring it together and give somebody some information that'll be insightful to them, that'll help
Yep.
them out from different perspectives. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Yep. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
And so, man,
Yeah.
that's that's the only thing about that, man. I also, man, I just want to touch on this real quick, man. Before we move on, was that like, um, man, was it any time that, you know, even though, man, you get to that point when you get grown, man, and it's just like, um, when you get to that point where you grown and you like, you know what, man, I I done got to this point in my life, and honestly, I was looking for people approval too much.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever got to that point in your life?
Oh yeah, man. Yeah. You know, man, growing up a preacher's kid anyway, I
Mhm.
was always taught, hey, don't you let me find day. don't
Right.
don't up in school, don't you be out here doing nothing crazy,
Yeah, me
and
looking bad.
it was pretty strict, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
doing that, man, with that, I grew up always wanting to make sure that, all right, I did the right thing. That the image,
Yeah.
let me do this based on them, or maybe make sure I
Mm-hmm.
look away.
Yeah.
And that grew
Yeah.
on over into what I thought of people. Like if people was like, oh, okay, he cool. People might not think, but a lot of people go
Yeah.
out of their way just to make people think, man, I ain't got no problems with you.
Yeah.
Just because we want to say,
Yeah.
hey, I want to stay away from the drama. And that's smart.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. But we do have to be true to ourselves too. I don't have to sacrifice any of my authenticity, any of my realness,
Mm.
any of me to
Yeah.
make
Yeah.
you feel away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
why I've always just admired. I tell you this all the time. You was always, hey, free to speak.
Right.
What was
Right.
on what was on your mind and your heart. And we all
Mm-hmm.
need an element of that in doses. Some people
Oh
need
yeah.
more, but to be able to not worry about that because you get to the point where it's like, wow, I'm trying to be away so that the public eye or somebody
Yeah.
else's view is.
Ooh.
Well, what
Ooh.
happens if I said something and the whole world turned on me, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's
Uh-huh.
then I'm ready to kill
Mm.
myself. I'm depressed my life over because of what people think because
Right.
I've seeked so long for people to like
Mm.
me. I've seeked for so long for me to get a degree, not because of what I want to do, but because
Mm-hmm.
people need to look at me and say, "Oh, that's an educated man." I mean,
Right.
and that's good, but it need to go past that, man. And like I
Yeah.
said, but from a child, that's where it started, and
Mm-hmm.
it got to the point where I saw that, man. I saw that, didn't want no drama, didn't want to
Yeah.
cause no ruckus or nothing. And
Yeah.
it ain't nothing wrong with using wisdom when we talk or do stuff.
Oh
But
yeah. Oh yeah.
I just I had to get back to myself and see like, wow, man, hey, if they don't like me,
It is what it is,
we
man.
all got to get to that point where we don't really care if somebody like us or not.
Right.
Because
Right.
then everybody can take the mask off, man. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I
Oh
probably
yeah.
went all around the world on
Nah,
that.
nah, 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 nah. That was good, man. That was good. And see, man, I'm just tie it together a little bit with this and say that even in the good book, man, it says to study to show thyself approval, you know. And when he talking about that to me, is that whatever profession that you go in, if you want if you want God to truly bless you going into that profession and what you doing, you gonna have to put that grind in. He not just gonna come out and be like, okay, well, here go this and here go that. No, he want to see that you putting that work in, and as you put that work in, as you progress, he can start to, okay, I'm gonna give him a little bit of this, I'm gonna give him a little bit of this, and give him a little bit of that. You know what I'm saying? And so things will start to come together for you. But man, so man, right now, man, I'm gonna take and get off the interstate, man, put my click on, man, you know, and come around here to the EI's corner. You know what I'm saying?
welcome, y'all. Hey. Every week we got to stop by the corner before we check out, man. And
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Before we come here, man, talk a little bit about nothing, man. You know, just something lightweight, you know what I mean? Get a laugh,
yes, sir.
Whatever. But we're gonna get right to it. I ain't gonna be before you long. Shout out, ladies and gentlemen, shout out to the greatest organization in the NFL that was ever created.
Yes, sir.
Pittsburgh Steelers, black and yellow all day. And I don't care what Stan the Man say.
Who y'all quarterback, man? What's y'all quarterback name?
Man, see.
Man, CC. That's his name. First name, man. Last name, CC.
Yeah, you know, we're gonna talk about our quarterback situation.
Okay. I got you.
We got two of them, man. And just so people know I'm a real fan, I'm gonna tell you, we picked up Kenny Pickett from Pittsburgh. We drafted him, and then we picked up Mitch Trubisky. Pickett.
Yeah, who is it?
Played in Pitt. So moving on in other news, y'all. Moving right along, man. I do want to be, take a serious tone for a moment, man, and express my condolences and my healing energy to the families and loved ones of those, man, in that terrible shooting, man.
Oh yeah,
in Texas, man, where there was one teacher killed, and I think maybe the death toll is up to like 20 or 21 now, man. That's just, man, I could only imagine, man. You know what I mean? There's nothing I could say, nothing I could do in comparison to, but we do send our condolences here from RMT to those families, man. And love and energy and support to just get through. We don't know nothing can make it better, but just so that you don't lose your mind and lose your life along the way.
Oh yeah.
Trust God through all of that, man. And one last thing before I check out on y'all, man. Stan the Man. Wouldn't it be crazy, man, if you went and got a transfusion, man, and ended up getting AIDS?
Oh yeah.
HIV.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna tell y'all this report, man. It was a report from a lady that went on a cruise ship, right? I guess she was sick on the cruise, and man, she had to have a transfusion, and is suing the cruise line because she's HIV positive. So
wow,
yeah, man, says the woman was on a 7-day cruise, and on the 5th day she had to go to the medical center, and she was suffering from rectal bleeding. It was really bad. All this and that. They get her to the emergency, I guess, room there on there or whatever, kind of staff they have there. But man, they was needing blood real bad. They announced it over the intercom. 4 people stepped up, they said, and she needed A negative, A negative blood. 4 people on there stepped up to give blood and I guess gave 4 transfusions. And shortly after is where she saw, man, or they saw she was positive for HIV, man. I was just like, wow, bro, that's crazy. Because you got to live with that for forever, man. So, man, prayers to my woman, to that lady, man. That's crazy. Man. I don't know if I could do enough money for something like that.
Yeah, because that's a whole life-changing event, man. That's something to be with you forever.
Oh man,
that's terrible right there, man. Yeah, I'm like, they ain't have no way to test the blood, man, to see it. You know what I'm saying?
And see, you're a smart man, Stan, because that's why she's suing them. She's saying that staff, y'all didn't properly, this is what she's saying, y'all.
Right.
They didn't properly monitor or check that blood,
Yeah.
screening it,
Mm-hmm.
and they said what was crazy though, what was said by the doctors there was this though, which made them look sideways, like
Mm-hmm.
she would have died without the transfusion.
Mm.
And I mean, even though
Oh man,
maybe that was the case, but to even say it make you feel like, whoa, like, well, maybe they knew. I don't know.
right,
They saying either you die or you go and take this HIV.
right.
And
Oh,
I don't know. That's a tough.
I don't know. That's a tough one, man. You know what I'm saying?
Tough, man.
Yeah, that's a tough one, man. You know what I'm saying? And to live with that for the rest of your life, man, that's a tough one to swallow, man. I don't know if I don't know if I would have I don't know if I would have took that, man, or went on and got my
Yeah.
piece together with God. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying? That's a
man,
tough one, man.
I know. I know, because you like, maybe I can take it and pray enough, I'll be all right.
Yeah.
Or I don't know, man. But
Yeah.
anyway, I just want to send some good energy to that lady
Oh yeah,
and
man.
prayers and all of that, man. And before we get out
Mhm.
of here, I'm just gonna say this to the people, man. Hey, look, we've been talking about approval tonight, y'all. I want to say for those looking for friends, people you got to connect with, relationships,
Mhm.
just make sure you're with somebody that you feel totally free around. And I mean
Mhm.
totally, where you feel comfortable that you can be you as if you was there with your mama. And
Yep.
if you can be that comfortable with them people, that's good company, because you'll never be seeking their approval. You'll always be yourself. So thank
Already.
you for stopping by the corner. We'll see y'all next time on EI's Corner.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, man, I can't even follow up behind that, man. I'm gonna go ahead, man. We're gonna end the show just like that, man. We'll see y'all next week.
Peace.
Stop this.